Guys, this is how to eat biblically, and remember that meat is in the Bible. Eat no meat equals a psyop, and it's not biblical. Alright, so rules for clean animals. Whatever has a split hoof completely divided, chewing the cud amongst the beasts that you do eat. This is referencing animals like cows, lambs, goats, etc., etc. All of these are clean because of, they chew the cud, it has a split hoof completely divided. These are also going to be the top sources for copper on the planet, and copper is the #1 deficiency in the world. This is why they don't want you eating meat. Now, the unclean animals or meats are going to be the ones that don't chew the cud, or the ones that don't have a split hoof, like the camel. Because it chews the cud but does not have a split hoof, it is unclean to you. And the rabbit, because it chews the cud but does not have a split hoof, it is unclean to you. And the hare, because it chews the cud but does not have a split hoof. And remember, guys, they're flesh. We don't want to be eating, really, we don't even want to touch them, because they're just unclean animals to the human environment. Now remember that the swine, it has the hoof, but it doesn't chew the cud. And pigs don't sweat, so they hold all of that bacteria in their body. We go to eat that pig, we're eating bacteria that hasn't been able to leave the body yet. And y'all can say whatever you want. Oh, he's made all foods clean. Listen, he didn't do away with the law of epigenetics, which is what I'm explaining to you right now. Alright, fish that we can eat. You can go ahead and consume fish that has scales, that has fins. But you don't want to be eating any unclean fish with no scales, and you don't want to be eating any kind of bottom feeders, kind of like lobsters or crabs, or, definitely stay away from. I know you love shrimp, okay, but who do you love more, the shrimp or the Most High, and what he tells us to eat? And when I stopped eating shrimp and pork and all this garbage stuff, a couple years ago, this bacteria-ridden filled food, my life completely changed. Now, I sound like a broken record saying that, but I'm telling you it changed because of the rules and the instructions that are listed in this book of life, aka the Bible. Alright, for unclean birds, chickens and stuff like that, that's fine, make sure it's organic. But you don't want to be eating the eagle, the vulture, the black vulture, no ostriches, no hawks, no seagulls. You want to stay away from that kind of stuff. This ain't China. No owls, etc. No storks, no bats, okay? I'm watching you, continent that I can't talk about specifically. But if you look at these certain countries and continents, they seem to really have the same, they eat whatever they want, but then you see that they have certain mental health issues, and you're kind of like on that continent or in that country, and you're like, how come these people have way more worse health issues than the overweight fat Americans? Because they're eating bat. To be honest, most people don't give a damn about removing the blood from your food. We are not supposed to be consuming blood, guys. You gotta try to just cook it out, get some halal meat, go ahead and cook out the blood, do whatever you gotta do, but you don't want to eat the blood. Which means that medium or medium rare or rare isn't really going to be much of an option. Next thing we need to do is remove any kind of excess fat. So if there's any kind of excess fat on the steak, like the white part on that steak, just cut it off. Remember, what happens when you guard the laws or the instructions, you never become sick. Now, if the king of Salem was consuming boiled meat with Abraham, I think I'll stick to what King Melchizedek and Abraham had been doing. I'm not going to change the wheel just because people tell me that's what I should be doing. I'm going to salt every offering. I'm going to do what I'm going to have that goat milk for my entire home because of the fact that it's just written. So it's covenant, guys. You can't change it. But you can make a book to try to describe it and allow other people to understand.